Planned Parenthood is a truly evil organization in terms of its impact on our nation. It's partisan, which I guess is their right, but I don't know. Should partisan organizations get taxpayer money because they're engaged in some other good activities here and there? I don't believe so. Two other big decisions this week from the Supreme Court relate to a decision out of Maryland. It was Montgomery County. Judicial Watch has been investigating this issue for some time as well, exposing it. The Maryland public schools up there were forcing parents or not allowing parents to opt out of, not have their children opt out of lessons concerning LGBTQT, what is it called? LGBTQTI plus? Because the letters keep changing, right? So very somewhat offensive material if you have traditional religious beliefs. They didn't care. And so they could have their children being engaged in sex talk with adult employees of the schools, teachers, government employees, or other inappropriate material shared with them through these books that promoted these radical extremist positions on matters of sexual identity and, you know, all the controversies around that. And they said parents couldn't pull their kids out, and the court said, of course they can. So it's a great victory for the rights of parents. And of course, the left is interested in grooming children, so they're disappointed that they can't engage in sex talk without parental permission in our public schools. Because that's what it comes down to. And there was another great decision as well, one upholding the rights of states to remove at least one portion of the public spigot that Planned Parenthood, one of the biggest promoters of abortion in the country, they've killed more unborn babies than any other single organization. What South Carolina said is that we don't want to have anything to do with Planned Parenthood. They kill babies, and as a result, they can't be part of the approved providers that gets Medicaid. Yeah, I know they get the Medicaid for other health services, but we want no part of an organization that kills unborn children as a matter of law. And the Supreme Court said that's fine. So it's a great victory for states' rights. It's a great victory for the life issue generally. And, you know, Planned Parenthood is a truly evil organization in terms of its impact on our nation. It's partisan, which I guess is their right, but I don't know. Should partisan organizations get taxpayer money because they're engaged in some other good activities here and there? I don't believe so. So another good decision out of the Supreme Court in that regard. So the term is over. Now the biggest news from the term from Judicial Watch was the court decided to take up a Judicial Watch lawsuit that was dismissed on account of standing. Our client, Congressman Mike Bost of Illinois, challenged an Illinois law that allowed the counting of ballots that arrive after Election Day for up to 14 days. So you could have a ballot arrive for up to 14 days after Election Day and it would still be counted. Even though federal law says we have an election day, not an election month or 2 weeks. And rather than address the merits, the court said, no, he has no standing, which is absurd. Of course, a candidate has standing, in our view, to challenge the illicit counting of ballots that's contrary to federal law. And the Supreme Court thought, well, we want to examine this issue on our own. So they're going to be hearing this case, as best we can tell, next term at, I guess, October, November, probably November. But a big victory, because the issue of whether candidates, in a federal campaign at least, can get into court to challenge election administration that may be illegal under federal law, the counting of ballots in this instance, that's a key issue. I mean, who can go to court to try to stop an election from being ruined or stolen or compromised or otherwise harmed? And the Supreme Court could be ruling on it thanks to Judicial Watch pursuing this case below and getting what cert granted. So great news there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.